we're using our flight connection. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to connect this on. Black goes to ground, all right, and 9 volts, the red goes to 9 volts. So let's do this, and we hope we don't see any sparks. So you kind of see how I'm lifting it under, and then I'm just going to carefully push it on. Now I've got power on my board here, and I want to make sure that it's regulating from 9 volts to 4.9 to 5 volts. And that's being done by this regulator right here. So if I look at my slides and my circuit board here, I'm going to use my test point up here, which says ground. A little hard to see with the reflection, but there we go, ground. And according to my system here, diagram, I should be able to touch this and see roughly 5 volts on my display over here. And I'm coming over to this right here. Ah, look at that, folks. We got 4.9 volts right where we want it. Excellent. So we passed that test. We've knocked the camera. And I've created a mess all over my workbench again. Excellent. So we passed the low voltage test. So what's happened and what that means is 9 volts coming from this battery goes into the board. This regulator regulates that down to 5 volts. And I'm going to pull out my handy-dandy checklist here. And I'm going to... Okay, so next, step 6, again out of 33, is we're going to solder in our 16-pin socket. And in the history of before and after pictures, and a nice close-up. All right, next step is to install D1, which is another diode, which, as we know, is a polarity. And D1 is going in. I look at my board here. D1, where is D1? Right, yes, D1 is right here. So I'm going to go back into my diode bag. And I see I have 2 diodes in this bag, D1 and D10, which I have stored over here, C1 and C2. Now these look like they're different. So I'm going to take out C1 first because it's all by itself, C1. And again, these capacitors could look different year to year. I don't know, but hopefully we've done our job and have made this correctly. R1, R2, and R3. Now these are all different values, so I highly recommend you install them one at a time. So I pulled out my R1 bag, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Again, no polarity is shared on the slides. Again, that was step 9. All right, we're going to do another continuity check at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my soldering iron off. Plugging it because I don't have a quick and easy switch to do that. And then I'll turn my multimeter back on to the little speaker or noise symbol. And again, we're going to just test to make sure we haven't shorted anything to ground because that would blow everything up. So again, touch my leads, make sure they beep. Let's check. All right, I see nothing shorting nothing's electrically connected. So congratulations. Okay? All right, that was it for the oscillating circuit.